special investigator of the Nigerian Bar Association probing the invasion of a Supreme Court judge, Justice Mary Peter Odili's home by security agents Monday. Ubani has submitted the report of his findings to the National Executive Committee of the association. Ubani was appointed as special investigator on November 5th, 2021 by the NBA to unravel the circumstances that led to invasion of the residence of Peter Odili, a justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. In the report, the investigator noted that it was understood that some persons in the Federal Ministry of Justice have an inkling of the illegal activities of Mr. Jodo and his collaborators, and perhaps they have one way or the other consented or collaborated with him in some of his illegal activities. The NBA investigator further revealed that some persons in the Federal Ministry of Justice may have benefited directly or indirectly from the illegal activities of this syndicate that hangs around the ministry, while using its name to create an official toga in their nefarious activities. The Federal Ministry of Justice officials cannot completely deny that they do not know some members of the syndicate. Ubani was mandated, amongst other things, to co-opt other members of the NBA to take steps necessary to ensure that the direct and indirect perpetrators of the actions were exposed and brought to book. The lawyer was also asked to interface as the representative of the association with all relevant persons connected with these incidents, including Peter Odili, the magistrate who issued the search warrants, and the Chief Judge of the FCT High Court, who exercises supervisory jurisdiction over magistrates in the FCT Abuja, the Attorney General of the Federation, in whose office the officials who carried out the investigation or the invasion are purportedly domiciled, as well as the Inspector General of Police, whose officers attempted to execute the purported search warrant. On October 30th, 2021, security operatives made up the soldiers and police officers had stormed the Abuja residence of the Supreme Court Justice over an allegation that illegal activities were going on there. According to Ubani in his report, the search warrant granted to one Lawrence Ajodo, who identified himself as a chief superintendent of police, had been revoked by Chief Magistrate Emmanuel Iyana. The lawyer said the search warrant was obtained after one Aliyu Ibrahim, a whistleblower, deposed to an affidavit on October 13th, stating that he observed some illegal activities within the area. While Odili's address is 7 Imo River Street, Mitama, the address on the warrant is 9 Imo Street, Mitama. Ubani said the judicial officer revoked the search warrants on the ground that the court was misled and exonerated him of any serious misconduct as he took extra measures on documentations. The Chief Magistrate, Mr. Emmanuel Iyana, was confronted with these inconsistencies. His response was that after CSP Ajodo left his office with the signed search warrant, he took a closer look at the copies of the application CSP Ajodo presented before him and noticed that the words street and close were used interchangeably in the application, affidavit, and the search warrant itself, the report read. According to him, knowing the importance of specificity and exactitude of address in the issuance and execution of a search warrant, he instructed the registrar of the court to immediately call CSP Lawrence Ajodo, draws his attention to the above, and ask him to come back to his office to clarify the use of streets and close. However, CSP Ajodo, who promised to come back for him to correct the slip relating to the issue of address, never did, having waited till 5:30 p.m. that day without seeing him. Chief Magistrate Iyana said he revoked the search warrant. He further stated that he communicated this revocation order to CSP Ajodo that same day through his registrar, even though the mode of communication by the registrar was not made clear in his response. The chief magistrate was asked if the revocation order was made before the invasion or after. His Honor stated that it was before the invasion and that the invasion was done on a revoked search warrant that was illegally obtained by CSP Ajodo. What was the quality and sufficiency of evidence placed before him that warranted the chief magistrate to exercise his discretion in signing the search warrants? The magistrates, in addressing this issue, argued that he was solely guided by the provisions of Section 143 and 144 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, which empowers him, upon being satisfied by information on oath before him, to issue a search warrant authorizing law officers to search a building, ship, carriage, receptacle, motorcycle, a vehicle, aircraft, or place. When asked whether he was really satisfied before signing the search warrant and based upon the affidavit evidence that contained irregularities and inconsistency, he stated that he was initially satisfied, since CSP Ajudo identified himself as an officer of the Nigeria Police Force attached to the Joint Panel Recovery under the Federal Ministry of Justice. For purpose of identification and verification, the said CSP presented to him his identification card duly signed by the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation. The signed copy was attached to his application. Moreover, according to him, there were two affidavits sworn before the High Court of FCT, Abuja, by whistleblower and the senior police officer allegedly attached to the Federal Ministry of Justice. When asked why he did not seek to know the name of the occupants of the said address, he answered that he actually demanded for the name of the occupants and the address, but that CSP Lawrence Ajudo and the whistleblower orally swore before him and in the presence of his registrar that the premises sought to be searched was an uncompleted building used by unknown persons suspected to be carrying out some illegal activities. Most importantly, he said he quickly revoked the said search warrant when it became apparent to him that the search warrant with a vague address should not be allowed to be executed to any address. The revocation was done on the same day. You see, these people, wonders they see shall never end. Wonders they see shall never end. So guys, let us hear your opinion. These are the things we are saying. At the end of the day, nothing will come out of it. Everything will be swept under the carpet. Just leave me your thoughts in the comment section.